Hi everybody and welcome back to the next episode of the KnitKnackChat Knitting Podcast. I am your host, as always, Zach. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as KnitKnackZach, just like it's displayed on the handle here for the KnitKnackChat Podcast. Welcome to my new space. I know this corner isn't super exciting right now besides the cabinet, but we are now in my new apartment here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I've been here for about 3 weeks now, which has been super fun. I'm loving it so much. I love being downtown. I'm a lot closer to some friends of mine, which is great. I've been able to walk to their apartment and hang out and then walk back home. And it's been so lovely. And I'm so excited to be able to do that more. It's been great. If you hear, obviously, in the background, I have my laundry going. So if that goes off, obviously that's done, and I'll do with that after the podcast. I do also have, I close my windows, but just in case you hear any street traffic like that, just be aware I am in downtown St. Paul. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's so great. Still working on like sorting some stuff out or whatever. I'm having a little like an apartment warming party with some family and friends. Just something super low key, just to show off my apartment to family and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Obviously you can see that my yarn cabinet is already organized, so I'm not going to be doing like an organization and like stash haul with you guys. I invited my friend Lucy out to lunch, who is Lucy Makes here on YouTube. Go follow her if you haven't already. But we met up for lunch, and then she came over and helped me rainbow organize my stash and stuff, and I'll show you the inside of my cabinet as well. As well as we're going to go over some of the questions that I had asked on my Q&A on my Instagram poll. I just have 4 questions here. So yeah, we'll get right into it. We'll still do our tarot read for the month. This is out of, I get this question all the time, but this is out of the Knitter's Oracle, which is from Wild Hunt Designs, Alexandra Tinsley. So let me just get this out. I did do a tarot pull for myself, which was super fun, the beginning of August when I first moved. And I was actually like pretty excited. I'm pretty excited for this month. This month has a lot of opportunities coming for me, but there's also, I'm aware that it's gonna be kind of hard sometimes to be stressful, which is totally fair. That's life. Life is stressful. So, without further ado, let's just like get right on into, I didn't fully even prep for these questions. Oh gosh. I'll just have to kind of think of it on the fly for the most part. But I am gonna start, I'm not gonna be using any names or anything for the people who ask them, but if you asked a question, and obviously I'm putting it out in the world, you know you asked it, so thank you so much for asking your questions and stuff. So I'm first going to start off with, what is your favorite item to knit? Favorite item, like generically, is probably sweaters, just because they're just a large, in a way they're like a medium-sized project when it comes to stuff. I kind of classify like shawls to be a slightly bigger project than sweaters, because most shawls that I knit are all fingering weight, so it's a lot of yardage, and they're all Stephen West shawls, so it's fairly complicated for the most part. So I definitely would say sweaters are my like favorite item to like research and like knit and work on. So like top garments. So it's like my favorite thing to knit would be sweaters or garments. So yeah, that answers that question. And without further ado, also I'm just gonna hop into the one and only finished object that I have. Here she is. I finished the baby Vertebrae, which I was working on last time. This is for my newly born nephew. He was born just at the end of July, so he's a Leo baby. I knit this out of Knitting for Olive in the color Bottle Green. It's a pretty basic, just little baby cardigan. They'll be perfect to sling on to him while he's having chest time, if he's still having that. Plus, I'm going to give it to my sister-in-law, and she can just keep it and use it for all of their children that they have, because I foresee them having more than just the one. So this is fun. I hopefully will see her tomorrow at my housewarming party, and I'll give this to her. And I'll see my nephew for the first time. I'm so excited. So yeah, there's that baby knit. It was really funny. I finished this and was talking with my friend Lucy, and she was like, I feel like you have knit the most baby knits out of everybody in our friend group. And I was like, yeah, probably. Knit like a blanket and a thing, and like two sweaters and stuff. And I have 2 of Wands came out with a baby onesie version of her, like that the Autumn League pullover, like an Autumn League onesie, just so cute. And I will be knitting that for future nieces and nephews, or friends, kids, I don't know yet. So yeah, so there's that. Super fun knit. I didn't really do any big modifications. Well, here's the thing. I didn't read the pattern fully, and I didn't realize I had to decrease in the sleeves. So the sleeves are straight sleeves, and I didn't do any decreasing for the cuff either. I just went down an needle size, and it should be fine. So we shall see. Hopefully it fits on the baby when I see them. So that's gonna go over there. Perfect. Lovely. The next question is, what is your most worn knitted piece, and what is about the item that has you wearing it so often? Definitely the most worn pattern that I have is the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May. As you know, I'm currently working on one, and I have like 3 others that I finished for myself, and I've knit one for my sister-in-law. But definitely that sweater. It's definitely just like a classic fit. It's super nice, super easy, can go with anything. That's really what I look for when it comes to like why I grab it so often, is because it's just like such a classic fitting sweater. I can put it on with like just a t-shirt on and just have like that sweater look, or I can put it on with like a button up and have like kind of a cozy look, or like a businessy look. That's a little bit warmer, which is great, and I love. So that's definitely like my most worn knit. So yeah, there's that. And I have quite a few whips to show off to you guys, so we'll buckle down and bear with this. I also haven't forgotten about the knit along. I will talk about that, because I do think I just have some unfortunate news regarding the knit along, which is fine. I can just push, and we can discuss that in a little bit. Let's just discuss that in a little bit. Okay, to start off, I frogged one project while we were away. I frogged my Scatter Bee socks, which were my Muse 2320 High 5 yarn. So I frogged those socks because I put them down for so long, and I was like, I don't know where I am in this pattern. I'm not in love with this pattern enough to continue knitting it. So I frogged them, and I will use the yarn for something else. A different pair of socks, I think. But in this bag, this is a French Supply Co. bag that you can't get anymore because they're out of business. I have my traveler's hat, which is gorgeous. I am at the point where I can start setting up my decrease rows. I just haven't yet because I don't want to put these on Magic Loop just yet. So I need to just sit down and do that. I'll probably do that this weekend, and get started on the decreases. I'm knitting this out of Juniper Moon Fibers Patagonia in the color Ivory. This was the secondary color that I used in my Christmas sweater, and I had bought a full extra skein that I don't think I used like any of, or I used like maybe 5 grams of, not even, to finish my sweater. So I'm using it to make this pattern, and then I'm gonna reach out to Sarah of Muse 2320 and see if I can come in and do like a dye sesh and just dye over it and put some color on this hat, because I'm not wearing a white hat. That's no fun. So that's the plan for this. Again, I could whip this, just crank this out, no time, but it's really hot out and I don't really need a hat right now, so it shall wait. It shall sit and wait to be finished, which is fine. Next up, in my bearded pearl bag, I have, so sorry. I have the Bubble Cowl by Stephen West. This is so lovely. I'm in love with this cowl. I am doing the hooded version of this cowl. And I think I have one more repeat of the large bubbles, and then I will start decreasing. I'm going back and doing the medium bubbles and then the small bubbles, and then I'll be finishing it. And this one I can just whip out super quickly too soon. So this is just sitting and waiting in timeout. I'm using all of my DK scraps from Muse 2320 and her discontinued Sparrow DK, which is lovely. My friend Lucy also talked about how I should line, how you should put like some quilting padding or like put some batting or something in this and like line it, which I think could be really fun. So we shall see if I end up doing that. Yeah, I'm loving how colorful this is. It sucks that all of these ones were really small balls and all of these are really big balls, or leftovers. So it'll get a lot more colorful too when we get nearer to the end. So I'm very excited for that. My next color is going to be this purple. And yes, I have done some repeat colors already, but that's just because that's what I needed to do. And I'm totally fine with that, because this is a big project that's using up so many scraps, and I'm so happy. So there's that. Super fun project. Definitely recommend that. That's definitely on my list. If you want to like do any of Stephen West's like bubble patterns, like definitely it is on, that's like one of my favorites. So either that and the bubble sweater. I needed the bubble sweater again. Okay, and then show that one for last. And then this next one, I put in timeout, not really in timeout, but I put it away for a little bit while I was moving because I didn't want to think about it. This is the Hello Onesie that I'm knitting on. This is my delusional knit for a wedding party gift. I'm knitting this out of a big cone of Coast in the color Harbor, which is a lamb's wool and cotton blend that I bought at the Yarnery. I'm knitting a fingering weight, full body onesie. Oh, look at my snag. I had like a snaked. I like had an extra stitch and it figured it out. So loving it. Doing a lot of modifications with this, trying to make it my own. So yeah, this is coming together. I have to knit like an entire body before I can like actually put it in the round. So that's what's just taking so long, is how I have to like make it. It's a bit see-through, but I hope it will like block a little bit bigger. And then, but I mean, if I have to wear clothes under it, then I have to wear clothes under it, or like have clothes on top of it. I'm fine with that. But I'm really excited to have this, and I'm happy that I'm like challenging myself with this kind of garment. So that's what's happening with that at the moment. And this is just in a Black Pearl Magic bag that I got from the bulky Boucle and Buddies Knit Along as my prize. I've actually been loving this bag. It's been super fun. Okay. More shuffling. More shuffling. My last whip that I have right now is a super new Caston. One that I didn't really expect to be casting on, or was like, yeah, just why not? It's another test knit. I am testing for Park Williams. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I can show it. But I will show the yarn that I'm using. Okay. had it sitting in my Fringe Supply Co bag. I picked up my bulky Raven from Muse 2320 in the colorway. This isn't Mocha Java. This is like a bark of some sort or something. I have this color, this like brownie, tonal brown, and I'm knitting a vest with it. It'll have a nice turtleneck. So I'm knitting that right now. It's gonna go super fast. Not worried about it at all. So there's that. And just because I hadn't asked before, I'm not going to show my progress on it. But it's just a vest that's worked like a vest. So that's super fun. Next, I am going to show this sweater quantity of yarn that I bought forever ago. So this is Forest Fiber Arts Marino DK in the color Sangria. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 skeins of this yarn. 230 yards, 6 skeins, so it's like 1280 about 1260 something. No, like 1280, 1380. I'm going to be using this yarn to knit my very first Lakes pullover, which is a pattern recommended by obviously my best friend Lucy. So I'm really excited to have this like maroony color sweater. It's gonna be kind of out of my wheelhouse color-wise for sweaters. So yeah, there's that. And I just have this in a blank Stephen and Penelope black bag. And now I'm gonna show off some Happy Mail and a yarn acquisition. So just before I moved, a new yarn company had started up called Upland Fiber Co. Started by a male knitter, Michael, based out in New York, who, in his description of his yarn company, is called Upland Yarn Co. because he was in the original cast of Wicked. And I was like, that's a that's a fun little factoid. So I was like, yes, I have to buy some yarn. So I bought. So he currently only has one base. He has a DK and a fingering weight version of the base, but it's called Core, and it is 50% American Cormo and 50% American Corriedale. This is the colorway I got in Cayenne. This is the fingering weight version, like I said. It's 390 yards. I bought 4 skeins of this, and my plan is to knit a super rectangular shawl that has a bunch of like geometric, like origami-esque look to it. I'm really excited. This feels so soft. I'm really excited to knit with it. I think this might be like my post Cowl shawl project, so like my winter shawl project, either that or that shawl, or I'll do whatever I'm doing for my yarn advent. I also think I have to check the shipping address on my yarn advent because I had my apartment and then I made the order to get shipped to my new apartment, but that was with a different apartment number. So I need to check that. No, Zach. Cool. That's this. I have 3 more skeins of this. I'm gonna make a really nice shawl with it, so I'm really excited. And then next up is Happy Mail. I was moving, obviously, and my sister-in-law apparently saw this on Etsy and thought it was the cutest thing and ordered it and had it secretly sent to me through Etsy, which I thought was very funny. So it is these 2 whiskey glasses with knitting beavers on them. Look at that. That's so cute. Not that I drink a lot of whiskey, but definitely will use these while I'm knitting to have a little bevy. I'm sorry, I don't have the details of the maker at the moment. I'll try to find them and put them in the video description below. Okay, before we get into the Tero poll, let's answer one more question. I closed out my phone tab. Okay. One more question. Obviously, I'll just do this one. So, what is the cabinet? And then, where did you get it? This is an Ikea Billy bookcase. It has some doors on it that are half covered and then half glass. So I have that linked below. And then on the inside, as like yarn holders for like my used yarn, I have these like wool baskets that are also from Ikea. I have 6 of them. They fit literally perfectly in. They just like snap together here. It's great. So that's what these are. These are both going to be linked in the description below with all of the notes from today's podcast. Oh my gosh, I can't get this back in. I'll do that later. Yeah. So my whole yarn stash is sorted by rainbow now, which is really lovely. Sorted by rainbow on the top, and then on the brown, it's on the middle, in the middle area, it's like white, gray, black into browns. I have a lot of blue. I have a lot of brown. I don't have a lot of green or yellow. But yeah, it's kind of crazy like looking at the stash like this versus like sorted by like weight. But I still love it. It's super fun. Oh, my laundry's done. Lovely. We're almost done with this episode. One last question. What are features you seek out in patterns and projects you pick? Definitely one of the big things that I like pick out or like try to look for is I look for something new to like keep my interest in a project, or something that I can give like my 2 cents on, or like if I haven't tried something. I definitely love, like, especially with like shawls or like accessories, like looking for something that has a different technique or a different stitch pattern to keep myself engaged with it. So definitely it has to do with like technique stuff mostly. I also really just love classic fit stuff, or stuff that I don't have to do a lot of modifying with. That's something that's just pretty basic. Or something that has a basic look but has a technique that is slightly different. I also love brioche, so I definitely always, like in shawls, I will look for a brioche shawl for the most part, because they're so engaging and they're so squishy. So that's definitely 2 things that I look for when I pick out patterns, is techniques and stuff that I feel really comfortable with, or something that I want to challenge myself with. So yeah, so those are all the questions that I was asked. Thank you again to everybody who asked me a question. I really appreciate it. So let's get into this Tero poll. Today is today's the 8th of August, which is 8/8, which is 16. So let's do the 16th card one. 16 is yarn barf. Oh gosh. Let's see what this one says. Yarn barf. Confusion, lack of clarity, turbulence, doubt, something obstructed or hidden. Interesting. Yarn barf. I don't really have much to say about this one like I do, I feel like, with the other ones, but I mean the explanation, or like the categories for this card anyway, kind of like give in to like the meaning of it. It's like, why? But like also like trust the why, trust the confusion, trust that like being confused is okay and not knowing the answer to everything is going to be okay. I also love that this is my favorite color. Be okay with being confused, and if you're confused about something, ask a question. That's what I tell my students all the time, is to please like stop me and ask a question so that I know that I am not being clear enough. Because who knows, maybe you're just confused because the person that is in front of you explaining something or whatever is just not being clear, and they've either had a long day and they've just not thought about like that they're rushing through something, but they just need a second to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, let me rewind, here's what I'm meaning to say. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about yarn barf. Perfect. Lovely. Okay. I didn't really have a lot of participants this year, again, with my Socks for Stocks KAL, which happened last year too. But last year I didn't have a prize like actually lined up. This year I do have a prize lined up. I have a wonderful bag from my friend Toby, who Toby, I will contact you. I'm sorry, I've been really busy with moving, about when I can get my bag. If you are coming to the hangout that we're doing on Saturday, I can't remember if you said you were able to. If you could bring the bags, that would be lovely. I would gladly take them then, if that's a possibility. So yeah, but otherwise, Toby, I will contact you. Otherwise, so I had a prize lined up, but again, I had like maybe an entry from CJ, and they're lovely, and I love them, and I would give them a bag, but they already have so many bags, so I don't know if they want another bag. I'll reach out to them, and be like, do you want a bag? Do you want this bag? Otherwise, I can save it for another knit along, or as like a giveaway prize for reaching like 1,000 subscribers. Speaking of that, if you enjoy the content that you're seeing, I know a lot of my more recent videos have been kind of shorter and not to my slew of stuff. I've just been really busy, and I'm trying to get through just recording something, and they've not been as polished as they have been in the past. So I understand if you're not as engaged anymore as you were in the past. But that's whatever. If you do like the content that I provide, please send it to some friends, and have them like, comment, and subscribe, and do all that fun YouTube stuff. I'm at like just over 700 subscribers, and I really would love to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That was asking a lot. That would be like getting at least 100 every month for the rest of the year, which is a goal to have, but I also don't post super often. I think I might try to be more regular with posting. I am doing a little job change come September, so I'll be in the slew of marching band stuff, as well as starting a new job. So hopefully I'll be able to make time to do some new content, do some new type of stuff, maybe some project vlogs or yarny related vlogs or something. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys are knitting on, what you're drinking, what you were doing while watching and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed my stash, the little bit that I showed you. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all have a great rest of your day and a good rest of August. I will see you guys in the next video. Again, it's been lovely. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.